we should probably start with Beverly Hills. Seems like there's a lot brewing there. Dorit Kemsley stirred things up a bit, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah. She definitely did. Her comments about Sutton Stracke and Garcelle Beauvais' friendship, yeah, that got people talking. Bringing up Sutton's donation to Garcelle's Haiti fundraiser like that, it made some people wonder, is that really why they're friends?
Yeah, it was a pretty specific detail to bring up, right? $25,000, that's not exactly pocket change. Dorit also mentioned that Garcelle wasn't a fan of Sutton at first, which adds another layer to it all, doesn't it?
It definitely does. And then you had Erika Jayne backing Dorit up, going as far as calling Sutton someone who poses as a friend but works as an enemy. I mean, those are pretty strong words.
They are. It makes you wonder what went down behind the scenes, What led to those kinds of feelings. But on the other hand, Garcelle and Jennifer Tilly saw the whole confrontation with Sutton very differently. They called it an ambush, pre-planned, the whole 9 yards. But Erika denied that, insisting it was all about sisterhood and bringing issues to the group.
It's fascinating how differently people can interpret the same situation, isn't it? Makes you wonder about the power dynamics at play, Who's really in control, who's pulling the strings, and then there's the whole question of alliances. Erika brought up Garcelle and Sutton's bond, and then questioned Jennifer Tilly's loyalty. You can practically see the wheels turning.
Right. You get the sense everyone's sort of sizing each other up, trying to figure out where they stand. It wouldn't be Beverly Hills without a little bit of strategic gameplay, would it? And then you have the whole Garcelle leaving the show thing, which adds another layer of complexity to it all. Erika was pretty cryptic about it on Watch What Happens Live, wasn't she?
Oh, absolutely. That "won't he do it" comment totally left people scratching their heads, almost like she was saying it was fate or destiny or something, and that whole inside joke reference. Super mysterious. But she did say she found out at the reunion and that Garcelle wasn't in the cast photo, which kind of says it all, doesn't it?
It does. Even if it wasn't explicitly said, the actions speak volumes. And speaking of things unsaid, those past comments about how Garcelle and Erika married, wow, wow. You could practically feel the tension through the screen.
Oh, yeah. When Erika brought up those ugly white guys who cheated, talk about hitting below the belt, you could tell that one struck a nerve. It definitely added fuel to the fire. And then there was Erika's take on Sutton, saying she comes across as thinking she's better than everyone else, but that a real friendship could happen if Sutton's behavior changed.
Do you think that's even possible at this point?
Honestly, who knows? I mean, stranger things have happened, right? But there's definitely a lot of history there, a lot of hurt feelings. It would take a pretty major shift for things to really change. Absolutely. And let's not forget about that whole Chateau Marmont incident. Erika clearing up that she and Lisa Rinna didn't actually see Mauricio Umansky kissing anyone. I mean, at this point, does it even matter? The rumor mill is already in overdrive.
Yeah, right. Once something like that's out there, it's hard to put it back in the bottle. And then there's Erika calling Garcelle boring. I mean, I get where she's coming from, wanting Garcelle to show more of her life, especially since Garcelle was critical of Erika's transparency. But on the other hand, Erika's been through a lot publicly with her legal battles and all.
Oh, totally. It's a tough line to walk,
Yeah.
How much do you share? How much do you keep private? And everyone has different boundaries. Then you have Erika naming Bozoma as her rose of the season and Garcelle as her thorn, which I found interesting. Even though she said she wished Garcelle had stayed, it felt kind of disappointed.
Yeah, like a little bit of a parting shot, maybe. But anyway, speaking of Garcelle leaving, it's official, right? Yeah. She's done with Beverly Hills after 5 seasons. And apparently, it all went down at the reunion after a disagreement with Bozoma. Talk about a dramatic exit.
Seriously. Sounds like that reunion was explosive. Apparently, Bozoma was defending Dorit over Garcelle's past comments about the home robbery, even saying she would have sued Garcelle for defamation. And then she brought up that old comment Sutton made and basically blamed Garcelle for it. Sources say Garcelle felt completely blindsided and just walked out, announcing her departure.
Wow, that's intense. So much for a peaceful resolution. And then there are those rumors that Sutton didn't really support Garcelle during all of this, which makes you think about their friendship, doesn't it? Especially since they haven't been seen together since. Sutton did post that photo of them on social media, the Friends Forever one. But Garcelle didn't seem to acknowledge it.
It's definitely adding fuel to the fire, that social media silence. And the fact that most of the other cast members haven't said anything publicly about Garcelle leaving, it's all very telling. Except for Jennifer Tilly, of course. She actually said she'd miss Garcelle's integrity and warmth and humor. But then you had Kyle Richards and Dorit commenting on Erika's post instead. It's like everyone's picking sides.
It's giving very much high school clique vibes, isn't it? But anyway, enough about Beverly Hills for now. Let's switch gears and head over to New Jersey, where Giudice, Teresa's daughter, has been talking about the whole Teresa-Melissa saga. And let me tell you, she didn't hold back.
Oh, no, she did not.
Yeah.
She pretty much shut down any hope of reconciliation, didn't she? Calling it pointless for the cameras, saying the issues run way deeper than what we see on the show. Apparently, there's just too much history, too much hurt. She basically said they're both over it, and the fans need to get over it, too.
Yeah, it sounds like she's just tired of the whole thing. Like, this is their real life, not just some storyline for our entertainment. And she made it clear that if they both come back to the show, we shouldn't expect any kind of happy ending.
Exactly. No more forced family dinners, no more fake hugs. And she also talked about her own life, how she's in no rush to move out of her mom's house. She said she has everything she needs there. She's happy living with her family, including her boyfriend. The only reason she'd move out is to live with her boyfriend, and that's only when they're both ready. So, sounds like she's got a good head on her shoulders.
She does. It's refreshing to see, actually. Okay, let's move on down south now to Southern Charm. We've got some news there, too.
Yes, we do. Leva Bonaparte announced she's leaving the show after 4 seasons. Sounds like she's ready for a change of pace, focusing on her family and herself.
Yeah, she said she wants to focus on boys and joys and needs a life reset. I can definitely relate to that. Sometimes you just need to step back and reassess, you know. But she did say she's working on some cool stuff that she'll share soon and that she'll still be friends with her castmates. Maybe even pop up at some of their events.
So not a total goodbye then. Which is good, because I always enjoyed her perspective on the show.
Me too. And it's not like she's disappearing entirely. She confirmed she's still doing her spin-off, Southern Hospitality, all about her restaurant. And she just opened a new bar with her husband, so she's definitely keeping busy.
That's great to hear. She seems like she's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, let's head back to the West Coast and check in on the Vanderpump Rules crew. Jax Taylor's been pretty open about his struggles lately, hasn't he?
He has, talking about his cocaine addiction, his journey to sobriety. It's heavy stuff. He said his rock bottom was when Brittany left him, led to months of isolation, heavy drug use. Really tough to hear. He also talked about how Brittany's brief relationship with Julian and the start of their divorce proceedings were triggers for him.
Yeah, those were obviously really difficult times for him. And then he mentioned that whole thing with Brittany finding a thong in their house. He explained it was from a bar crawl after they split up. But still, I can't imagine how awkward that must have been.
It's like even when you're trying to move on, the past has a way of sneaking back in, doesn't it? But anyway, he said his focus now is on sobriety and his son, Cruz. No dating, nothing else matters right now. He even said he spent enough on drugs to buy a house. That really puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It shows just how serious his addiction was. But the good news is he's committed to staying sober now for his son. He even talked about how he voluntarily takes drug tests to reassure Brittany. And in a heartwarming turn of events, his mom reached out after years of no contact. He's hoping she'll get to meet Cruz soon.
Oh, that's lovely. It's like things are finally starting to fall into place for him. And who knows, maybe this new, more laid-back Jax will be a good thing for him, even if he's a little nervous about how it'll play out on camera.
Only time will tell, right?
Yeah.
But speaking of new beginnings, did you hear about Rachel Leviss? She's got a whole new career path.
I did. A professional sound healer, huh? That's quite a change from the Vanderpump Rules world.
It is.
Yeah.
She even posted on Instagram about it, talked about holding space for healing, and thanked her teachers and a yoga studio. There's even a video of her doing a sound bath with crystal bowls. Pretty far cry from SUR, huh?
It really is. And she ended her podcast, too. Seems like she's fully committed to this new chapter, focusing on healing and her new relationship. Good for her, you know? It's inspiring to see people reinvent themselves.
Definitely. It makes you wonder what else is in store for all of these reality stars. I mean, we've seen friendships tested, families divided, departures, new beginnings, personal struggles, and triumphs. It's a lot to take in.
It is, and it makes you think, doesn't it, about the choices we make, the paths we take, and how we navigate the ups and downs of life, whether we're in the spotlight or not.
Absolutely. And who knows what the future holds for these shows and the people on them. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be a wild ride.
Always is.